When Cherry Blossoms Whisper. Volume 2, Summer's Fragile Heart. Chapter 11, Summer's End. The summer festival is nearing and the school year is about to end. The air feels heavier, filled with anticipation and the unspoken tension between Haruto and Sakura. The season of fireworks and fleeting moments is upon them, but so is a sense of unease, secrets not yet revealed, feelings left unsaid. The soft hum of cicadas filled the air, their song a constant reminder that summer was drawing to a close. The school grounds, usually bustling with students, were quieter now. The excitement for the upcoming summer festival was palpable, but it was overshadowed by the subtle shift in the atmosphere between Haruto and Sakura. Haruto couldn't stop thinking about the conversation they'd had about the chocolate. Her words, her hesitations, he knew something was going on, but every time he tried to get closer, she pulled back. It frustrated him, but more than that, it hurt. He had always been good at reading people, but Sakura was different. She was an enigma, one he wasn't sure he was ready to crack open. Sakura, on the other hand, was caught in a whirlwind of emotions. She had been spending the past few days going over every interaction with Haruto in her mind. Her heart raced every time she thought about him, but it also ached. The more time she spent with him, the more she felt like she was about to break, and that terrified her. As she stood near the cherry tree in the schoolyard, her fingers brushed against the bark, grounding herself. It was a moment of solitude before everything changed. Tomorrow was the day Haruto would finally ask her to the summer festival. She already knew it, had known for a while. But what would it mean for them? Would it be another fleeting moment like the cherry blossoms that would soon fall? Sakura's thoughts were interrupted by a familiar voice. Sakura. She turned around, finding Haruto standing just a few steps away, holding his sketchbook, his usual calm expression on his face. But his eyes, they were different. More intense. More searching. Haruto, she replied, her voice steady, though her heart was anything but. What's up? Haruto took a step forward, then hesitated. He opened his mouth to speak but paused again as though weighing his words. Finally, he asked, Are you going to the summer festival tomorrow? Sakura felt a flutter of something in her chest. She nodded, trying to keep her composure. I am. Why? He stepped closer, closing the distance between them. I was wondering if you'd go with me. As in, would you be my date? The words were out before he could stop them, and for a split second, both of them stood in silence, the world around them holding its breath. Sakura felt her heart race, but she kept her expression neutral, trying to mask the turmoil inside. This was the moment, wasn't it? The moment where everything changed. She could feel it, and yet, part of her wanted to run. She had never been good at this, at opening up to people, at letting someone in. But this was Haruto. And for some reason, she found herself wanting to say yes, despite everything she had built up to keep people at a distance. I don't know, Haruto, she said softly, avoiding his gaze. It's just, everything's moving too fast. His expression faltered just for a moment, but then he stepped closer again. It doesn't have to be fast. We can take things slow. I really want to be with you, Sakura. Sakura swallowed hard, her chest tight. The words were simple, but the weight of them was suffocating. Her heart was conflicted. She had spent so long keeping her feelings in check, pretending she wasn't affected by him. But now, with his sincerity laid bare before her, it was impossible to ignore. I'm not ready yet, she admitted, her voice barely above a whisper. But I will be, I think. One day. Haruto's eyes softened, understanding flickering in them. He gave her a small, reassuring smile. I can wait, he said simply, his voice full of sincerity. Sakura nodded, feeling a lump form in her throat. Thank you, Haruto. The silence between them lingered, but it wasn't uncomfortable. In fact, it was the most at peace she had felt in a long time. There was still uncertainty, still fear, but there was also something else. Hope. As the evening sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the school grounds, Haruto and Sakura stood side by side under the cherry tree, each lost in their own thoughts. But despite everything, one thing was certain, their relationship had changed. Something had shifted between them, and while the future was still uncertain, for the first time, they both felt like they could face it together. Thanks for watching our video. If you find this video interesting, then please subscribe our YouTube channel. If you're watching this video from TikTok, Facebook, or Instagram, then follow our page for more contents like this.